the stars align. Behind the scenes, secrets, gossip so divine. Entertainers, exclusives, the stories you crave. To showcase your front row to the latest wave.
Welcome to the showcase. Keep supporting the channel. It costs you nothing, but it means everything to me. It's important that you watch these videos all the way through, because the acts are taking the time to come on here and tell you all about their stories and exclusive behind the scenes. So please like, share and enjoy. Today's guest is a cheeky chappie that I had on a year ago, as he reminded me, and how a year passes so quickly these days. So we're going to talk about this man again, cheeky chappie, George Lambrini. Hello, George.
Hello, Sean. How are you?
Whew, good to see you again. Still got your curly hair.
Yep, it's surviving under the heat and humidity of Mallorca. It's still there. I've not lost it yet.
Is it hot out there?
It's hot enough. I mean, as I was recording, it's the 30th of April, so the main bulk of the season's about to start out here. Loads of tourists coming out, but at the moment, it's not too warm. It's just nice. It's like English bank holiday weather. It's just nice. Got a bit of tan. It's just the perfect weather now.
So George is doing a summer season. Where are you, George?
This year, I'm in sunny Calador on the southeast side of Mallorca, and I'm back at the same venue I was starting at last year when I spoke to you. That's a lovely place called Eden Paradise in Calador.
Wow, how do you get that work? Is it through an agent or recommendation?
Well, the stuff in Mallorca, I get on my own. Obviously, I've got a couple of agents I work with now in the UK. I'll shout both of them out because I did last year. I'm still stuck with Arthur Daly. That's Steve from Now Entertain Me. I'm still with him a year on. And I've just started recently performing for a Lincolnshire-based agency called LMG Entertainment, and they're lovely people as well, so I'll shout them out. But in Mallorca, it's just me on my own. I get everything on my own, and I found Eden Paradise through a friend of mine who does entertaining in Calador as well. He fixed me up with them, and here we are, 2 seasons strong. They haven't sacked me yet.
That's lovely. I'm going to tell the viewers, George, that they're probably those that have watched the shows, those that hasn't. George came to me when I first started doing the podcast. He was on Britain's Got Talent as a young cheeky chappie, and you should go watch that episode. It's still quite good, and you'll see George on Britain's Got Talent. Yeah, you need to watch it, I'm telling him. You need to watch it because that's where he gets his cheek and his charm from. So it's important that you do that. Now, this podcast in particular, George has told me that he's a young age written a book. How the hell have you written a book, George?
Bold move, I know, writing a book when you're 21, but it's all about my entertainment journey so far, Sean. Because already in 4 or 5 years, so many bloody things have happened, and I need to document it all now before I start forgetting stuff.
Is that what you do then? You take notes of it every day, what you do?
Not so much notes, it's just that, you'll know yourself when you're talking about days gone by and this gig you've done, or I remember that day a couple of years ago, oh, what a party that was. But then when you get talking about things you've done in your journey through entertainment, you start to notice that you forget things and then they come back to you in the moment. Oh, I remember that day as well, and you talk about it. And I noticed this February last year. I was at one of my Britpop nights and I was talking to a couple about how me and my bandmate Ethan both got on the journeys that we're on. And as I'm talking to them, things are flooding back to me that I've already forgotten. And I was only 20 then. This is last year. I thought, bloody hell, I've got to start making notes of all this before I forget. And one thing led to another. And I thought, have I got enough here to write a full-on book? And I made a bit of groundwork, and then when I came to Mallorca last year, around the time we spoke, I started writing it all down properly as a book. And I thought, bloody hell, I've wrote a book here. you know. Um, and then
Yeah,
I
but
went to a publishing house and I said, "Look, hey, do you reckon that this story would sell? You know, have I got something here, or is it a load of twaddle? Is it just worth putting under my bed and being done with?" And I'll shout out a lovely lady called Helen, who is the main gal over at Silverwood Books in Bristol. She replied to my email straight away, bless her, and said, "Bloody hell, man, yeah, get it published." So I'm officially a Silverwood Books author, and I'm very happy
crikey.
about it. So shout out to them. Thank you
How
very
old,
much.
how old are you, George?
21 now, Sean.
Well, you must have only have about 14 pages in the book, have you?
28 pages, because for every page of writing, I've drawn a picture as well.
So
The book,
seriously, how many pages is the book?
I think in total, it's around about the 250 mark,
My God,
roughly.
that's some achievement. That it's the print
Well,
for 4 words per page.
something like that. Yeah, put it this way: if you struggle with your reading, if you're short-sighted, you'll be fine. Don't worry.
Now, what's going to get
Yeah,
people
you'll have no
reading this?
problem.
What's going to get people reading this book, George? Is there any secrets? Is there any naughty bits?
Some naughty bits. I mean, obviously, it covers my whole journey so far. So last year, when I came on the showcase and we had our little chinwag, I told you that obviously me doing Britain's Got Talent when I was younger sort of gave me a bit of leverage when I was doing things. It was always something I could refer back to. Oh, I did this when I was 11, and here's what I'm doing now. I'm getting a bit older. So the first part of the book is all about how I found myself doing stand-up at a young age, some of the first stand-up gigs that I did, and I talk a little bit about the BGT experience as well. And then we go on the proper journey with the band nights and the DJing and my very short time as a Pontins Blue Coat. That's all documented as well. And obviously Mallorca. So it's all there in writing and anyone can read all about it. It's the entire George Lambrini story so far.
So I see that I don't understand, George. Sometimes on your Facebook or on your social media, you have different names.
Yeah. I was
What's
waiting
that?
for you to mention that, to be honest.
What's that all about?
Well, basically, I've had to go through a bit of a rebrand. So this time last year, when I spoke to you, obviously I was called Tropical George.
Yeah.
And that, yeah, and this year I've changed my name altogether, and that's because, um, obviously Tropical George, when I was called Tropical George, I was working in a venue in Calydor called Tropical Garden. See, if you put the dots together, well, the Tropical Garden, my name's George, I'll call myself Tropical George. But since I'm not there anymore, it's caused a bit of confusion on the Calydor scene, because there'll be people that are coming back on the holidays and they'll go into Tropical Garden, they'll go, "Where's Tropical George?" And they have to say, "He's not here anymore." And then people come into Eden Paradise and go, "Well, why are you called Tropical George then?" So I've had to rebrand a little bit so I don't confuse holidaymakers. I mean, obviously, you'll go to a pub in the UK, you've got your leery punters in there. We see on the blackboard that on Saturday night they've got Tropical George coming to entertain them. And there's always an old boy at the bar with his John Smiths going, "What's so bloody tropical about you then?" And then you've got to explain it again. So
Yeah.
I just thought we'll drop the tropical this year and we're having a fresh start. So it's George Lambrini now, Sean.
Ah, okay. And is that your real name?
There you go. No, it isn't. No, the Lambrini thing comes from the Britpop show that I do with my bandmate, because we give ourselves surnames based on popular drinks from the 90s. And there aren't too many of them which go well with the first name of George.
M-
So
Mine
we
would
settled
be
for Lambrini.
Sean 52, Sean B52.
Hey, that sounds all right, that.
Yeah, it does. So, what type of holidaymakers come to see you then? Is it Brits or Germans or what?
Last year, it was a bit of a mix. I mean, to be honest, anyone who's been to Calydor before, and I'm sure a few of my friends from Calydor will be watching this when it goes out, they'll tell you that the prices to stay in Calydor have been a bit up and down over the last
Oh,
few years. It'll go from reasonable to really expensive, back to reasonable again. So obviously, depending on what countries and what people have got what sort of dosh, depends who you're going to get every year. But it is mainly still English people, to be
mm,
honest. With a good amount of holidaymakers in Calador that are just English, which makes my life easier.
yeah.
You know, because you know where you're out of English people, don't you?
And the
You know what to say and what crack to have.
well, you do. You don't have to rush to put your towel on the chair for one thing.
Oh yeah, oh you get people do that. You know, people treat tables like sun loungers.
Do
You know,
they?
you put your beach towel on the sun lounger in the morning. People will come into our bar and they'll drop a Yankee candle on it or a big bottle of water or a rucksack, and then that's their territory. Then they've claimed it, and God
Oh,
forbid anyone else tries to go near the table.
my God. Right. So, how many holidaymakers are you entertaining per week? Is it the same every week?
It's roughly the same. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, Eden Paradise is lucky in the sense that it's only one of two outdoor show bars in Calador. There aren't too many places where you can go and enjoy a bit of live music or a bit of karaoke. And it's sort of nestled right in between loads of other hotels and bars and restaurants. It's sort of got its own niche. So we does keep really busy, to be honest. I mean, I'm sure it's not as busy now I'm working there.
Mm.
Because who in the right mind will come and see me twice? But we keep busy. We don't do too bad.
Yeah,
And they're
but
a lovely
George,
team that run that place as well. So a lot of love to
but
them.
good. I mean, you're lucky because nowadays people can't afford to go on holiday. You know, with the prices of jet fuel and fuel in terms of the sense of filling up the car or whatever, because it's just ridiculous now. And I don't know if that's affecting you where you are, because a lot of flights have been cancelled in Europe.
Well, yeah, I mean, to be honest, I've only been here a week myself, so it's left to be seen what sort of
Mm.
impact that has for the season as it unravels. But taking you back to your argument about fuel, ooh, obviously I drive over here, Sean, because I have too much stuff to bring with me. I can't fit it all on a bloody airplane. But I filled my tank up in my hometown of Grimsby. I think I paid now, was it 192 a litre? And to fill my motor up, it was about 90 quid.
To get there.
The second time, the bank, well, yeah, to get so far. And then when I filled up again in France, it was about the same. But luckily, and if anyone rents a car in Mallorca, this is you know, just to let you know, the fuel is still really ridiculously cheap on this island.
Oh,
Ridiculously cheap.
crikey, that's good, isn't it?
And I don't know how long that's going to last for. It's left to be seen. But
Yeah,
when you go from paying £1.90 a litre to €1.60, which I think is about £1.50 a litre, it's a bit of a saving, you know.
yeah. We're paying it out here about 80p a litre. That's not bad. It's in Thailand.
Bloody hell, it's not bad at all.
No,
That's incredible.
I can fill my motorbike up for £2.20. Lasts me all week.
You
Anyway,
know, there's
George,
something to be said about a motorbike.
yeah, there is, George, you know. So you're in this accommodation. Looks a very, very nice place. And, you know, guests come and stay in a hotel, or is it a campsite, or what type of place is it?
Well, I mean, in Calador, there's no caravans, which I'm gutted about, because I love caravans. I'd love to stay in a caravan all season if I could. I think they're
Mm,
brilliant. It's mainly hotels, to be honest.
yeah.
Airbnb, self-catering apartments, all that kind of thing.
Okay, so you get
But
a
there is a
free
gap in the
apartment. You get a free apartment and free food then, yeah, take it?
Unfortunately not. No,
Oh,
it's not a restaurant, it's only a bar, and there's no accommodation to it, so, I just see myself right. But, I mean, where I am currently, this is technically a holiday home. I'm moving out of here in about 5 hours, actually, and I'm going to what will be my accommodation until October. But it's
crikey.
gorgeous.
Is it?
It's lovely. It's sort of in the middle of Mallorca countryside. I've got loads of aloe vera plants just outside there. which are growing, which the people are growing, and they've already said if you get sunburn to help yourself. So I've had a bit on my shoulders this week because I've burnt to a crisp, Sean. I'm like a lobster under here.
Yeah, but you should be using Greek yogurt. That's the better. Put Greek yogurt on it and go to bed, and you wake up like a crusty lava, and it's gone. No pain. That happened to me in Zante. I went to Zante, and I really did get burnt. I mean, seriously. I'm dark anyway, but out there, and my girlfriend rubbed all this like Greek yogurt. I mean, it's sticky, but with the heat, it just dries really quickly, like crackled paint, you know. And then when you wake up the next morning, the pain's gone. It's fantastic, Greek yogurt. I swear by it. Yeah. So anyway,
Greek yogurt,
moving
right? I'm
Greek
making
yogurt.
notes now. Teaching me
Yeah, you
things.
should. Yeah,
That's
it's
brilliant.
going to be in your next book. So the book
Yeah.
starts off with your journey from Britain's Got Talent, I take it.
Well, the book actually begins on the day I was born. I'm
Oh,
putting it right back to the beginning.
crikey. And what happened there then? Was you fighting to go back in?
Well, oh, bloody hell, yeah. Push, no, take him back. We don't want him. No, I've made it a bit more dramatic in the book. So the first 2 or 3 pages, when you read it, is how I personally think my own birth was. Whether it was like that or not, you'd have to go and ask my mother. But I've just wrote how I think it all went down. It's very, very theatrical, you know. And then we go into the comedy. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if cheeky chappies ever notice that they are cheeky chappies until it's pointed out to them.
Hmm.
So you'd have to look back on my history there and see for yourself. I mean,
So
I might have been.
Yeah, but cheeky chappy is related to confidence. Yeah, where do you get your confidence from, George?
To be honest, my old man was quite a confident bloke when
Yeah.
he was still with us, and he was an absolute gobshite, typical Grimsby
Oh.
bloke.
Oh,
Said it as he saw it, would say anything to anyone and be unapologetic about it, you know. So I suppose I used to watch him when I was younger and sort of absorbed everything he did and some of the things he said, and I've just tried to use it myself, I suppose.
oh, well, so following father's footsteps. And in terms of
Absolutely.
your book, how much does it cost?
Right, well, here we go then. We'll get into the nitty-gritty.
Yes.
So the book, first of all, will be available on the 15th of May. That's when the book's being released. And if you'd like a paperback version, one physically in your hand that you can read, it's going to cost you $14.99. And there's a couple of ways in which you can get one, Sean. The first way is through the Silverwood Books online store. Or if anyone is coming to Calidore this year to come and see me or avoid me, whichever it may be, I am going to have some copies myself at the bar at Eden Paradise. So by all means, come and grab one from me directly there. And I'll even sign it for you.
Crikey, a signed book by George Lambrini. That's going to be worth something in the future.
Who would possibly want one of those?
So what's the next chapter then, George? Are you going to be writing book number 2? And sorry, I need to know what the name of this book is.
Oh, right, sorry. Well, the book is called Act 1, The Story So Far. I do mention in the book where the name came from. If you go on Google now, I mean, it might have changed in the last year, but when I first started writing the book, I Googled the average life expectancy in the United Kingdom. And when I Googled that, the answer came up. It was an AI-made answer. It said about 81.5 years, roughly. So you think I was about 20 and a half when I started writing it, so I thought, bloody hell, I'm already a quarter of the way through. And then well, it's a horrible thought, Sean, but it's true. I'm 25% there, mate. You know, coming up for 30% now. So when you look at that like a musical or a play, like a Shakespeare play, obviously they're set out in different acts, aren't they? You get your Act 1, your Act 2, and so on and so forth. So if the average Shakespeare play had 4 acts to it, well, my Act 1's already done.
Mm.
So that's where the name comes from, because the book is all about Act 1 and the first little bit of the journey.
Excellent. Well, you're only young and you've written a book. It's a good achievement. You've been on telly. Where do you think the future lies with you, George?
Oh, do you know? I do dread to think. Because we all have ups and downs and trials and tribulations. I'd like to think I'll be able to keep doing what I'm doing. What I would like to do is dabble into music a bit more to prove that I'm not just a one-trick pony. I mean, I love a bit of karaoke and a bit of singing and carry on, but, I would like to release my own music as well. So maybe there's something there in the future. Maybe this is just me dropping a subtle hint that something is coming in a few weeks. Who knows? But yeah, I'd like to see what music can do as well.
Maybe we could collab, George. I write music and I've got nobody to perform them for me, so I'll send you some over.
Bloody hell, it's taken you this long to tell me. Yes, send us across.
Yeah,
I'll happily jump on the plane and come visit you out there. Yeah, we'll do it.
Yeah, I'll send you. I'll do you the backing track, send you the words, and you can give it a go. So
Happily do that for you, mate. And if you can send me a tank of diesel while you're at it, bloody 80p a litre.
crikey, yeah,
It'll be well.
yeah. So moving on, Judge. Before we say goodbye, sometimes people don't want to go online and buy a book. Can you not buy it in a bookstore at the moment?
So at the moment, there's no paperback versions in physical shops, but if you're one of these people that doesn't mind reading stuff online, like an ebook, for example, the book will be available on Amazon Kindle.
Wow.
And it'll be a little bit cheaper for you as well. That'll only be £8.99. And the Kindle version will be available 3 weeks after the book's release on the 5th of June.
Wow.
So there is something there as well.
That's something to look forward to then, because a lot of people do like to buy the Kindle stuff, don't they? Because it's quite easier to do, Because carrying about a lot of books is, can be quite heavy when you go in on a holiday. So you got to just take the one, or you take the Kindle and you've got 100, So it's kind of like good choice.
Oh, you're not kidding. Well, on the subject of books, I'm going to break the fourth wall now, Sean, because I'm actually standing you on a pile of books which I intend to read between now and the season end in October. At the top of the pile, we've got Michael Parkinson's autobiography. There he is, old Parky, bless him.
Wow.
So that's what you've been stood on throughout the interview. Under Parky, we've got Nelson Mandela's Long Walk to Freedom. Ooh.
Oh, that's a thick
Sure,
book.
that would be a good one. Bloody hell. Well, I think that'd be quite an interesting read, but to be fair, Sean, I might still be reading that in 2030. Look, it's massive. It's a massive book. Oh, and the other one I've got here as well, I'll just show you. Paul O'Grady. Now, that is one I am bloody looking forward to.
Really? You like him, do you?
He's just such a funny bloke, wasn't he? And proper down to earth. So, yeah I do look forward to reading them.
Paul was gay, is that correct? Paul O'Grady.
I'm not sure yet. I've read any.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. And is there a wedding in the air for the future for George?
Crikey, no. I'm not sure about that. I must admit, I have always said that I'm not fond of the idea of marriage. I mean, if I ever get close enough to somebody, which maybe one day, I'll happily do the big posh engagement do. We'll buy a wedding cake and pretend to get married, but I think that's all a potential suitor can hope from me, I'm afraid. Because when you DJ enough weddings, you get to know how much they cost, and they're bloody expensive.
It's an expensive
way to say I love you.
It is, mate. Yeah. So to close on the viewer's perspective, we've been talking to George Lambrini. Again, keep supporting the channel. It costs you nothing to subscribe, but it does mean everything to me, and they actually appreciate it when you watch their shows. And I also must announce that now that supporting the YouTube channel, there is a professional website which it matches, which George has seen it, and that's called theshowcaseuk.com. So theshowcaseuk.com. It will ask you to watch the video online through YouTube, though. But it's a page that has all the acts on, and you just see yourself how awesome it is, and some great interviews. So on the last thoughts, George Lambrini's got his book Act One, and it's available, and it's going to be available on Amazon in a couple of months. So if you'd rather wait for that, then fine. If you're going to see George in where are you?
I'm in Calydor, Sean.
Calydor, right. He's in Calydor, so if you're going over there in the summer, you can go buy a book of George direct and have him sign it. Now, that's signed by celebrity, been on Britain's Got Talent and everything. So, who knows what's going to happen in the future. Having this book signed might be worth a few bob in the future. So a good investment.
Would agree with that? Yeah, I'll drink to that. Yeah. Cheers.
I'll drink to that as well. Last words from you, George. Last words from you.
Well, I'll tell you what. Yeah. I'll say a bit similar to last time. I'll say, first of all, thank you very much to you, Sean, for having me again. It's always good catching up with you. You're a very interesting bloke, and I do value you taking the time. Thank you very much to everyone for watching this episode of the Showcase and all the others. And do not forget to check out theshowcase.com, because Sean sent me the link to it yesterday. It is a bloody good website. And please do check out my social media pages. I'm on Facebook at George Lambrini the Prince. I'm on Instagram at George Lambrini _, and do get yourselves a copy of Act One, because not only will you be supporting me, but you do also get to have that safe knowledge in your head that you're supporting a young entertainer. And as Sean will tell you, the entertainment business ain't what it used to be. So any chance you get to support someone and scratch the back, make sure you bloody do it. And thank you very much for watching.
That's great, and well said, George, because this is all about supporting Clubland and entertainers and things like that, because, we don't want it to be a dying profession. If people see the background, behind the scene, what goes on, they might appreciate the acts a bit more and get off their ass and go watch them. So let's hope that happens. Again, keep watching, keep liking, keep sharing. George, it's been an absolute pleasure to see you again. And please send me a copy of the book, a photo, please, so I can put it on here. And the price, write it on the book or something like that, and then people know, and then the website, and I'll get all that put on here. So thanks for watching the Showcase again. Do look at the new website, theshowcaseuk.com, and look forward to talking to George again in another year when he's a rich millionaire. Thank you, George.
We'll see, won't we? Bless you. Thank you very much, mate.
That's a wrap on the Showcase today. Hope you love the tea we served your way. Hit subscribe and ring that bell, 'cause next time there's more secrets to tell. Behind the curtain, we've got the scoop. The Showcase fam, you're part of the group. See you next time, don't be late. The Showcase, where the gossip's always great.